We're back. Yesterday was a day that America uses to remember the great MLK Jr. A moment of silence. Okay, we're done. So, welcome back to the show. My name is Kerbin.
I'm Sunil.
I go next to Sam.
You're not always last for this year, you know?
That's what I assume. I assume that
it's equal on this show. Matter of fact, let's start over. You first.
It's Sam.
It's Kerbin.
I wasn't ready. Go ahead.
Sunil.
My name's Chris.
That's it. All right, welcome back to the show. The men are back on the internet, chatty and pattying. So, somebody explain to me what's going on with Logan Paul.
We could just go straight from Martin Luther King to not even talk about the
Oh, okay, I forgot. All right, so Martin Luther King got a statue made of him in Chicago, I want to say.
Should probably look that up.
Yeah, look it up. So it was made by this artist who's been championed by Chance the Rapper. And it's a statue that is kind of abstract art, where it's called the Embrace, and Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King are hugging, but the statue is of just their arms.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
Saw that.
It looks like.
Come on now. Speak on black excellence.
No,
Boston.
not on that.
Boston. Okay.
From certain angles, it looks like different things. The angle I saw looked like someone's hugging a big old dookie.
Yeah, that's the general consensus.
Some people think it's looking like a sexual type event.
Yeah, it looks like a guy's putting his head between some legs.
Yes.
That's the east side. I was on top of the west side.
It also looks like somebody's holding a big old eggplant.
What it doesn't look like is Martin Luther King embracing Coretta Scott King.
That's true. Hey, buddy, nice try, but that thing sucks.
Right. Who told you that,
Chance the
who
Rapper
didn't
did.
tell you that maybe we need to change it up a little bit?
Look here, Mr. Abstract Artist. Start making your art stract more.
The artist is Hank Willis Thomas. Hank Willis Thomas.
Hey, Mr. Hank Willis Thomas. Make your art less abstract. All we need is a face.
I've seen it in every angle but the front.
Okay, give
No
it to
one's
me.
photographed the front. What if it looks just right when you're at that one angle?
That's not good.
So one guy in the crowd is enjoying it. Everyone else is like,
and
this
everyone
fucking
else is
sucks.
like, what is this? Yes.
Poop.
We don't need that kind of art. We just need a face.
All right.
All right, Martin Luther King.
I guess at this angle, it kind of looks like they're hugging.
I'm not even sure what that is.
This right here.
Go ahead and let us see.
Is there a hand there?
No.
Oh, no.
No, it still looks terrible.
Yeah.
Look, man, I don't want to crap on your art, Buck, but try harder.
Yeah.
Okay?
Especially with Martin Luther King.
For
you know what I
real.
mean? Like,
I just want to see his face. That's it.
That's it. Put a face. That's what we putting on our club flyers.
in DC, you could tell it's Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? Boston,
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to DC sometime in the next 2 weeks.
it's great.
It's right.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy DC.
Say less.
The history. They have a black
I wouldn't even think
history
about that.
museum.
Oh, okay.
You know where I have never been?
I thought we were talking about Martin Luther King, so I thought that's why you brought it up. But all right.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say I've never been to Philly.
I ain't never been to Philly.
No.
Have you been to Philly?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I just went a couple months ago.
I used to live in Philly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
2 years.
That's where you had a whole life over there. Yeah.
You was living over there. Huh?
No, because I remember you was telling me
Yeah.
you had a whole life. You know how some people move somewhere for a little bit and they just don't have a life. It's just I know I'm leaving in a year.
Yeah.
I don't need to go out and make a bunch of friends.
Nah, I was gonna settle down there probably.
Oh,
Really?
That's cool.
You give me East Coast.
Do I?
Yeah, you give East Coast. Yeah, for sure. You could do real good in Philly, Boston, Chicago, even though that's Midwest.
In Boston.
In
Boston is the Midwest?
No,
No,
Chicago's Midwest.
Oh yeah.
But I want to go there too.
Chicago's nice. Chicago. I used to live in Chicago. Chicago is like one of the greatest cities. It's just the weather's only good for like 2 months.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah,
That's
the
what I
weather
keep
is
hearing.
terrible otherwise, but those 2 months, bruh, best 2 months of
Amazing.
my life.
I've
That's
yet
what
to
I
be,
always hear.
I've yet to be in the winter, but everything freezes over.
Yeah.
But I've been in the summer, and you just jump and you get stuck. You're just sticky. And you just,
But because the weather is so terrible, and I don't know, this is all pre-pandemic stuff, so I don't know if they're doing it still. But because the weather is so terrible, when the weather is good, the city puts on a lot of events,
That's
right?
what
They
I
do
heard.
like food fair,
Yeah.
they do festivals, they do all this kind of stuff, and it's just like a fun time. You could go out there and just be in it. The food is good, like they have really great, restaurants. I found like a really good wing spot. Obviously pizza there if you're into like the deep dish is really good. And then they have like good Italian food. Portillo's is originally
is good.
there, So
it's like roast beef sandwich.
You know, I got to go wild.
where?
Frontier Airlines.
You bought it?
I bought it.
You did the year?
I did the year.
Oh, Lord.
799. So I have a list of places I really want to go to. That's if Frontier will take me there.
Right.
Okay, because they only got about four destinations.
Right.
Like I said,
Nah,
we
you got a lot of
blackout
destinations.
I go what?
You have a lot of destinations. The issue is you can
blackouts.
only book it. No, there's not even that many blackouts.
Oh, really?
The issue is you can only book it a
The
day in
before.
advance.
Yeah.
So if you have all of these
If
people,
you know tomorrow.
yeah,
you go
so you are like the last person to get on it. You know what I mean? So like that's the issue. You don't know if these flights are going to be available.
That's fine. I'm gonna go to the busiest airport
you
that
go.
got the most flights. So I'm gonna go to all the biggest destinations. So I'm gonna go to Chicago. I want to go to like more obscure places, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I want to go to North Dakota. I want to go to South Dakota, and I want to go to Wyoming. I want to see all.
You want to be out there with Ye?
I kind of want
Yeah.
to see Wyoming.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing
Me and
that
Chris about to go to Alaska.
Yeah.
Alaska sounds
Next
beautiful. I was thinking about getting it just because they fly to the Caribbean and you do a couple flights there, like that
It's
makes
worth
up for it. It's just I couldn't do the day before thing. Like
I don't like it.
your schedule might be able to do it, but like for me, I'd have to like schedule time and then you don't know if you got a flight and all that kind of stuff. It's just too much.
I didn't know it was the day before.
You just thought, hey, you
Nah.
can just book this whenever you want.
So what I thought it said was you could book it as late as the day before. So I was like, oh, cool. And then it said for international, you got to do it within 10 days. So I was like, okay, this makes sense. So I could literally be like, okay, I'm leaving on Friday, or I could be like, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Right.
But then when I reread it back,
You're like, nah, it's just
yeah,
just
I was
tomorrow.
like, oh shoot. Okay, but I'm gonna try to use it.
Yeah.
I want to go to Chicago. The flights from LA to Chicago are never that expensive.
Look, let's say
Never.
the average round trip is $100. Mm-hmm. You just need to hit it 7 times, and you already 7-8 times, and you already made
Yeah.
your money back.
Get your money.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to DC. I'm gonna go to Chicago. I'm gonna go to one of them Dakotas.
Dakotas. Okay.
You know, I want to go to North Carolina too. I want to see what that's like.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You been to Texas?
I just went to Texas. I went to Austin.
Yeah.
My birthday last year.
That's the place to go.
Have you been to New Orleans?
Oh yeah,
Dude, no.
I got my knowledge, people.
Awesome.
I don't know why you love it so much. I
It's
like
the
it,
food.
but I don't
the
love
food,
it.
hands down.
Every time I go to New Orleans, I feel like I stepped in a time machine.
I had like a life-changing experience with the food there. I was like, yo, this is different from like, in California, you get the Mexican food, you get the pizza, you get all this. This is like something completely
All
like
Creole.
flavors, good Cajun food. Oh,
It probably worked for you because you like you well known for a random trip.
I did.
And instead of like driving, you could just see, hey, can I get a flight to Utah? Can I get a flight
That's
to
it.
Vegas? Can
Yep.
I get?
Yeah.
And if not, you would just drive there anyway. So it's just like one or the other.
You're right. So I'm definitely gonna go see the Embrace.
yes. You got to see it from every angle.
You can report back to us and say, hey, does this look like a hug to you or what?
No, the Dookie Embrace,
right.
the head embrace, doggone eggplant embrace. I'm gonna see it all. Trust
Trust me, daddy.
Trust me. Okay, that's it. Now tell me about Logan Paul. Tell me about him.
Who knows?
So, Logan Paul was talking. So they started this new NFT type game,
okay.
and this game was I forgot what it was called. Something with the egg.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyways, like the game was basically promoted like it was an NFT, but it was an interactive NFT where you could make residual money. He was promoting that it was like, and this is all on his podcast, he's promoting that he's investing his own money, like $1 million into his own money. And, the game was going to have like this specific artwork where like, so the game was like, you could buy these eggs and then these eggs hatched and it would be like, an animal, and then you can actually like buy more animals, and you could like make hybrid animals. Like you could basically like mate them together and create other eggs, and then you could create these own animals. They had all this like specific artwork, all this kind of stuff. So it was like this big deal. And Logan Paul obviously is a very influential person on he has one of the most popular podcasts with Impulsive, and this is where he was promoting it and all this kind of stuff. So anyways, like, you guys know who CoffeeZilla is? So CoffeeZilla is a really famous YouTuber. He's an investigative reporter that looks into a lot of these crypto scams. So he exposes a lot of these crypto scams, NFT scams and things like that. So you guys have probably seen him. He's like the white shirt. He wears the suspenders. He has like a coffee mug. He has a pretty cool setup. Anyways, he put out a 3-part series on Logan Paul's NFT. It's called like Zootopia or something. Zoo something.
Sounds like Neopets. Remember Neopets?
Yeah, I used to love me some
Gigapets.
Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick. Logan Paul.
You know, my Instagram name is from Neopets.
Neopets?
Yeah.
Did you like just have initials and something else? Or?
Yeah, my pet was like Fox, and then I was trying to name him Slayer, but the name was taken, so it said try Slayer 4, and then it was like, oh, that's taken, try blah, blah, blah.
So anyways, it was called Crypto Zoo.
Oh, okay.
So this is what the whole thing was. So basically he put out this 3-part series, and in this 3-part series it shows that none of the shit worked. So like people were buying into this, like people were putting thousands and thousands of dollars because Logan Paul was like driving it and was saying, this is gonna be a big deal. And then there was just a lot of scamish things that were going on. So like they were releasing coins without telling the public that they were going to release coins, so that just the 4 owners could like buy up all the coins and then be able to like flip those and make more money, all that kind of stuff. There was like the artwork wasn't anything like it was supposed to be. They said you could buy stuff with Ethereum, but if you bought it with Ethereum, it didn't work. Like the eggs wouldn't hatch and things like that. And so it was just like and it was just like, so supposedly the people that were working on the project never got paid, the engineers and all this. So it was just like a real big clusterfuck. And then he also interviewed like Logan fans that were losing $10,000, $40,000, like a lot of money, like millions of dollars, like were invested into this. And
where's the $1 million going to?
That's the thing. So supposedly one of the owners like sold all of his coins. And they weren't supposed to sell coins, but he sold all of his coins, cashed out, and took off. So it's like
whom?
To just people that were trying to that thought this was going to be a good investment.
Oh, so he sold his coins to actual people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so CoffeeZilla comes out. It's a big deal, right? And Logan Paul's initial reaction is to go on the attack. So he puts out a video basically stating, CoffeeZilla going at his integrity, stating that his investigation was faulty. He didn't give the whole truth, all this kind of stuff. And then he basically stated that like I'm gonna sue CoffeeZilla for defamation and all this kind of stuff. So it didn't work. So many more YouTubers came out and was like, dude, Logan Paul is full of shit. Like, yo, he's like, he didn't apologize. He's still acting like he did nothing wrong. All this kind of stuff, right? And so CoffeeZilla, it was going to come up with this response video, obviously, to basically respond to everything Logan Paul is claiming about him. And then before he was able to put that out, Logan Paul, I guess, got in contact with CoffeeZilla. They had a conversation, and basically CoffeeZilla came out and said Logan Paul said that he was going to put out a different video. I'm going to not put out my video till I see what his new video is. So in the newest video, he apologized to CoffeeZilla. He said, the things that I was saying were wrong. I was just being impulsive and whatever. Shout out to his thing, right? And then he finally apologized and said that he's creating a fund that is supposed to go to all the people that lost money, right? So, and he's promising that he's still gonna put out, like, it's CryptoZoo still gonna get finished and it's still gonna be like a active NFT. So that was kind of a gist. There's a lot of things that went on in that.
Now, do you think these people deserve their money back?
No.
No.
Because they're stupid enough to invest whatever Logan Paul is
Because
giving.
this $40,000 worth of shit, he's gonna. You think it's so like? Do you think they need the $40,000 back?
I think that everybody's greedy for self. So it's the same people that tell you that nobody should have extreme amount of money putting their life savings in these type of things,
Right.
to see if they could flip it times 5, times
Right.
10. Ultimately, I'm sure in this game there's some kind of wording that says use this at your own risk.
Of course.
You know, we are not guaranteeing that you're going to make any money back. So when it's all said and done, a lot of other people invested in NFTs and lost their money. What's the difference
What's the
here?
difference
Right.
here? Yeah.
No,
Unless he's creating some scammy.
all
thing.
NFTs are scams.
Well.
Let's be real.
No, like let's say he's selling something and he's like mismarketing, or
That's
he's,
what he did, though.
Yeah. So then
he
that's
kept,
a problem.
he kept saying that it was going to be something. I'm going to do this. Like, he was going on the message board saying, I'm about to promote this and all this kind of stuff, and then he never did
Fell
it.
through on all his
Oh, he never promoted it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Wait. So whose app is it?
So he started promoting it, and then he put when stuff was getting. So there was a lot of drama with the who was creating it, within the owners and all this kind of stuff. So as that stuff was happening and it wasn't meeting the timeline it was going to be, he started not talking about it anymore.
Oh, so he's just a sponsored.
No, he's part of the founders.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he invested his own money into. So he's initially bigging it up. This is going to be the wave of the future. They're talking about it on their podcast and all this kind of stuff. He's going into the actual NFT app or whatever, message board, Reddit, whatever they use, and like giving messages to the people that I'm about to promote it, all this kind of stuff. So getting people to invest because they're like, yo, this is gonna pop off, and then he just didn't.
Let me broaden this. Do you think all of this Web3 stuff is a scam?
What's Web3?
Web3 is all that falls under crypto, all of that stuff, and then I think there's a new version that encompasses AI technology.
So it's like digital currency, digital property, digital.
I don't.
Metaverse.
Metaverse type of stuff,
Scam
yeah.
to me is it depends what you define as a scam. I think it's all kind of like you have to hit it on the wave. Like, you know what it is. It's not like a sustainable type of thing. It's like because there's not anything tangible, right? It's not like a piece of property. It's not like a
And you're not
business
doing
that you
anything with it.
for sure.
Yeah.
But if you catch it at the right time, you buy it low, sell it high, you can, make money off of it, but it's not like a natural
Ponzi.
market.
Kinda.
I would say it's like it all depends on like what the masses support. Like, we started with paper cash. Let's just say started paper cash. Then it was like credit cards, and people were saying, "How can all my money just be on this one piece of plastic? That's stupid. I'm gonna stick to hard cash and all this stuff." And now it's like, "Oh, here's digital currency. If it's not even real, how can we even believe that it's there?" And this and this and that. But it's like, I think it's just what society supports 1,000%. We're gonna go with that.
Well, I have a response to that. Switching from paper money to a card, a debit card, facilitates the transfer of money. So it does something.
Right.
Taking credit card to digital, which essentially is the same thing, because your credit card or your debit card showcases that your money is in the bank digitally.
Right.
So taking it from credit or debit to crypto, to me, crypto doesn't quite do anything. It only exists so long as everybody believes that it does something. And then if everybody wants to pull their money out on the same day, then it's done for.
Right.
Now, you are right. That could happen. But still, we as the common people, we're not using crypto like the way, the big boys are using crypto.
I use crypto pretty often.
Yes, these companies are transferring millions of dollars definitely in fiat.
Yeah,
but they're transferring it easier than it would be if they're using actual fiat currency.
What makes it easier?
It's a decentralized bank, so they don't have to go through. Everyone's got to go through the dollar, right? With Bitcoin or Ethereum, you don't have to do that. You can transfer it out to the dollar or the lira or whatever you want.
Not really. Here's why I say that. Every month, I try to send them a certain amount through crypto to a contractor, a vendor. And the bank denies it every single time until I get on the phone with them. We have to do it 5-6 times. And then on the 6th time, they press something on their keyboard and it goes through. It happens every single month.
What are you using to transfer the crypto?
I don't want to say the name of it, but is it
an app?
It's an app. Well, yeah, so let's say it's Coinbase. Yeah. And I'm just sending $10 of Bitcoin to somebody else's Coinbase purse. But the thing is, the bank says, we don't know what this is. What are you using this for? Blah, blah, blah. Because they have to pull the money out of the bank to put it into the purse and then transfer the money from my purse to their purse.
I see what you mean. So you're taking fiat to your wallet, then transferring to somebody.
Yes.
That's the problem. If you just have, like, if I'm just transferring Bitcoin to you to Bitcoin, no banks get involved.
Correct, but how are you going to put the money in there?
You got to buy it.
From the bank.
Yes, I know. There's not, it's not 100%, it's 100% decentralized. It's just people use it for certain things.
Come closer to Mike.
People use it for certain things. The big boys use it, like, off the books, off the ledgers, away from the banks, more so than we do.
But it doesn't make sense because you can't put cash into a Bitcoin app.
Yes, you can.
How? Or the Bitcoin ATM?
No. You can put cash into your Coinbase account.
How? Don't you have to put it in your bank first and then transfer it from an account to your
purse?
They have the ATMs. They have other things you can do it. You don't need a bank specifically, but that's the easiest way to do it is through a bank.
I don't know.
I've transferred money from there, from not a bank, but I've transferred money to people.
How'd you put it in the wallet?
Oh, I've done it through a bank.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The bank is still there.
Yeah, bank's not going away. We're not getting away from banks.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, your argument is it's decentralized. So we can send it from here to there, no problem. But it has to go from bank to wallet, wallet to wallet, wallet back to bank.
Yeah.
That means the bank is still involved.
Yes.
They can still decide whether they want to accept it or not.
That's true. But the banks are the ones buying into the stuff. If it was a scam, no one would be touching this stuff. But they're buying.
I don't think that we look at banks and saying they're the validity of what's a scam and what's not a scam.
No. What I'm saying is,
they also didn't they buy all of those mortgages and stuff like that, which is definitely a scam.
I'm not saying look to them as a morality measure. What I'm saying is if they're the ones buying it, if banks, ledgers, hedge funds, all these people are buying into this stuff.
Talking to Mike.
Sorry, I apologize. If all these big things are buying into it, like, it might die tomorrow. Who knows? But it is it is in the infancy of a new thing.
I think the last 6 months, crypto has taken a big hit with the FTX stuff, with a lot of these NFTs turning into just pump and dumps and people losing their money. Like, I think people caught the wave when the whole AMC thing happened, Dogecoin, obviously Bitcoin initially and all that kind of stuff. But I think people are finding out that at the end of the day, there was this form of, I guess, Robin Hood type feeling of like what Bitcoin, like what all these cryptocurrencies were going to be and stuff like that. It was like for the people and all this kind of stuff. And I think what people are realizing now, there's some greedy people still involved in crypto. And at the end of the day, the rich are getting rich off of crypto. And this whole dream of you could be this, you know, poor person and then get rich off of crypto. I think that version of it is dying. And also like the whole, decentralized thing, I think we're realizing it's not as decentralized as it is. Like the original thought that was going to happen was there was more kinks in it than I think people initially thought about. But do I think that it's still not like all of these crypto founders and crypto people, they're like dying all over. Like when there's something going on there where I think it was getting big, and now the Matrix or the deep state or whatever is starting to like hone in before it gets to that next level. So I think there's like a little bit of a war going on underneath it all that, you know, will become a movie in maybe like 30, 40 years when it all comes out, the truth.
It'll be The Big Short 2.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I don't think the fact that it's an NFT or whatever Crypto Zoo is a big deal. But I do think that the fact that it's just like that movie, that game Cyberpunk, that when it came out, it didn't live up to expectations. I think it's the same kind of thing where it's like you marketed this app or whatever to to a certain level, to a certain degree, and then when we finally played it, it wasn't what we expected. And then on top of that, we invested all of our money. Now that's your problem that you got to deal with. But Logan Paul raising a fund to pay people back.
But that's just all to save his reputation. Because at the end of the day, this took a big blow on his reputation. Because look, at the end of the day, he's a businessman. He has a energy drink right now, or like Prime. I don't know if it's an energy drink or a hydration thing or whatever. He obviously has, he works
Prime.
with the WWE. He does a lot of these businesses. He has all of the. So his popularity is his currency, his leverage, right? So if people stop trusting him, then all of a sudden his leverage is gone. So I think this has less to do with what is morally, or not necessarily what's moral, but what he should these people have lost their money, all that kind of stuff. He definitely didn't come out and tell the truth to people about how many kinks there were with it, that it wasn't working properly, that, hey, we're not going to be able to launch the right way and all that kind of stuff. None of that was communicated. All was continuous, like, yo, it's going to be good, it's going to be good, it's going to be good, when it wasn't good. Right. So that's where it's like his fans are like, I don't trust him. So now it's all just, trying to save face and all that kind of stuff.
Is this on the same level as Fyre Fest?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I mean,
and is somebody willing to do the nasty for some water?
For some crypto.
I think at the end of the day, it's just more, we talked about it a few weeks ago or maybe a month now ago, like, you can't just buy into these people's message, man. These guys aren't gods. These guys aren't out there because they love you. Like, they figured out a way to monetize your adoration of them, and that's what it is. It's not these guys care about you. These guys don't care about you. They care about the fact that you fund their lifestyle.
I think whether or not it's good or bad publicity, Logan Paul is eating it up. He loves it. He loves that he's in trouble. This is like the third time he's gotten in trouble.
But that's why I don't think he loves it. I think he really is scared of it. That's why he had to actually apologize. That's why he's doing all these videos. Like, initially, he was trying to just defend it, but I think he's realizing that he's losing a little bit of his swagger.
But
do people like him?
No swag.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Like, is it overall good?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, he has one of the most popular podcasts in the world. He's like a WWE superstar. Like, he did really, really good. He fought in the main event at WrestleMania. He has Prime
Drink.
He has the boxing thing that always sells millions of pay-per-views and all that kind of stuff. So I think, like, as far as him as a business, people are still buying into him. But this is definitely, like, I don't know if he could ever start another crypto and people are going to buy into it, right?
It's also kind of late for that, too. I feel like the crypto wave is over.
Nah, bro. Like, that's the thing. there's not too many people in your world where you just like blindly follow them, right? But the reason why like the Andrew Tates, the reason why like these guys are like so popular, or like they're making like think pieces about them and the news is all about them and stuff, is there's a young generation that buys into these guys whatever they say. Logan Paul says invest in this, they invest. Jake Paul says do this, they do that. Andrew Tate says do this, they do that. It's like, to us it seems like it's not real, because Andrew Tate can tell me to do whatever and I'm not gonna do it. Like Logan Paul can tell me to do whatever, I'm not gonna do it. But like clearly, like I remember there was the guy I Show Speed. So he's like a really famous, he's the guy who like lit the fireworks in his house. He's like a very popular Twitch streamer. His I Show Speed. He's the guy who like is big on Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. So anyway, it's like you don't know about him, but he has millions and millions of followers, and he got approached by a crypto type NFT type thing. Unfortunately, he was on a hot mic, and when he was like, man, these guys aren't buying into it right now. What do we need to do? So he's like, kind of the curtain fell. That were like, yo, this is a fake. This is fake. You're just buying this because who's marketing it? We saw that with FTX. We saw that with, like that's really what it is. It's popularity.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm aware of how marketing works, but I think the last like 4 years really taught us how big a wave can get. And there's two things, in my opinion, that happened in the last couple of years that overtook everything. Number one, it's Trump. Everywhere you went, he's the most polarizing, most like everybody's talking about it, whether you like him or you hate him. The other thing is finance. All of a sudden, 2021, everybody became a finance expert, and the crypto wave went up to what, 69K on Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I think it's down to like 18,000 right now. Even though it's still chugging along, the wave that it had in 2020, 21, 22, that's dead. Even though it's still chugging along, but the part where everybody, like the moment you step outside, everybody's like, yo, you gotta buy
Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, whatever,
whatever, all
Shibu.
Shiba. All of that stuff is dead and gone. You know why? Because crypto follows the market. It does. The economy is not doing super good right now. And so everyone is either scared or they've been affected. Mm-hmm. And with people being scared or affected, they want to hold on to one thing. Right. Cold, hard cash. So it doesn't really matter what broke kids are doing. Honestly, It just matters like what are people 30 and up doing? Because those are people who have a little bit more money.
They're still buying.
They're still buying, but the wave is not there.
Sure, but the
cultural wave is not there.
Yeah, it'll catch back up when people get money again.
Yeah,
and then they'll be able to market it and people buy into it again and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, like people, the reason why the wave took off in the first place was because people had money. And the economy was good, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. It was marketed well. Like Elon Musk is talking about it, all that. But I think it's still there. It's just at one of its valleys right now. It'll peak again. Yeah,
it'll go back. Are you going to keep investing?
Well, I got a good setup right now, so I don't really need to. Like I have my benchmarks are like 2030, 2035. I'm like, okay, I could be a multimillionaire or I could have nothing. But and just crypto alone, I'm not worried about it. I have other investments too.
So if all your crypto dies right now, you good?
Yeah, I'll still be a millionaire by 50.
Let me get a couple dollars, man.
Yeah, let me hold $5.
I need you to pay me for once.
Let me hold $5.
For once. Don't be saying that. For once.
Yeah. Hey, Sam be taking little side shots. You don't pay. I talk bad about women. Like, what's going on?
Kelly pays me right on time.
You really don't be paying your employees.
Oh, please.
Kelly pays me.
I used to work at the bank. I know how he be paying them.
Not only do I pay my employees, some of them got a bonus.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, allegedly. None of them are speaking.
Chris did.
His friend.
Sometimes Kelby trying to pay me like, nah, pay me the next time.
It was all official too. The letter with the thing and the signature.
That's right. I be doing legit business. Scandling my name out there. All right, now that we know everything about Logan Paul, let's go to doop. Gunna.
Oof.
Gunna is back. He said y'all think I'm going the other way, but it's only one way. Free Thug, YSL, the label. Anybody here familiar with the story?
I gotta look up who Gunna is.
Yeah.
Gunna wanna?
How do you spell Gunna?
Gunna.
Gun N-A.
What's kind of funny is I remember you saying Gunna was the hottest rapper out. Remember, like this is maybe
Did I say
6 months? Yeah, and I was like, I thought Gunna was that guy from Young Money. But it wasn't him, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah, but Gunna is like a really hot rapper. He was part of YSL,
Yes, YSL, the label.
the label.
So the reason why I said that is because everybody was pushing P.
Yeah.
I remember that? It was pushing P.
You got it right here.
Okay, so I'll give you the long and the short. YSL is the name of a label ran by Young Thug. He's a rapper. And some other folks.
Yeah.
Under him are artists such as Gunna and others. I think Mariah the Scientist might be signed to them. Now, YSL, YSL is also a gang. 28 members of the gang got wrapped up into a RICO.
Why do we know that it's a gang?
I will come back. I'll tell you.
Cool.
I'll tell you. So they got wrapped up into a state RICO, not a federal charge, but a state charge in Georgia. All of them went to jail. Nobody was saying anything for a bit. Then, all of a sudden, a bunch of folks who are part of YSL, the gang, started accepting pleas. And you know what happens when you accept it when you cop a plea?
Someone snitching?
Somebody's telling. So, some people got to go home scot-free, and then it came up to Gunna's turn. And they said, Gunna, is YSL a label? He said, yes, Mom. They said, is YSL a gang that must be destroyed? He said, yes, Mom. They said he was in a car with Thugger. And there was some illegal stuff in the car. Was it yours or was it Thugger's? It wasn't yours, right? He said, yes, Mom. Then they let him go home. Now everybody trying to find out, is that snitching? Everybody said, nah, we gotta wait for Thug to tell us if he snitched or not. But the moment he came back home, he posted a little posty post on the gram. He said, it ain't two sides to this, it's only one side. Free Thug. YSL the label. Left his comment section up. Everybody calling him a rat. He got unfollowed by Le Bebe. He got unfollowed by Lil Durk, Meek Mill, all of them. Now, first of all, is that snitching?
Look, I'm not in the street life, so I don't know really the rules and regulations because I haven't been.
Did 6ix9ine snitch?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, how you know that?
Because he told me. Because 6ix9ine came out and told everybody he was snitching. He's like, why would I not snitch when these guys try to fuck my girl? Mm-hmm. They kidnap me. They trying to do all this kind of stuff. So hell yeah, I'm snitching. I don't owe these people no loyalty. Mm-hmm. Gunna snitching, look, I'm going to go to the people that actually are in that. The Little Durks of the world, the Little Babies of the world, the Meek Mills of the world, and the 6ix9ines, Whack 100s. Mm-hmm. They all say he's snitching. Anytime you sign documents, you tell, like, the whole RICO case was, the defense was YSL isn't a gang. Mm-hmm. It's a label. Mm-hmm. So we pay taxes, all that kind of stuff. We can't have a RICO because it's not illegal activities. We're not a gang. Mm-hmm. Well, if all of a sudden everybody's like, yeah, it's a gang, and a label, but it's a gang, and the gang needs to be eliminated. Mm-hmm. And you're saying Thug is the prosecution saying Thug is the head of this gang. Mm-hmm. Well, now Thug's defense can't be that anymore. He can't say, nah, we're not a gang, it was always a label. Well, you just had 28 people come out here and say YSL's a gang, including Gunna, who said on a rap song,
"Yes, man,
I ain't ever gonna snitch."
Ooh, did he?
Yeah.
What song is that?
There's a song that's like...
The song is called I Ain't Never Gonna Snitch.
Yeah, something like that. Where he's saying if we get locked up.
Yeah. So the one thing I really don't like about this is that, damn, why all our rappers got to be all caught up into this stuff? Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I really don't like.
Well, that's the cultural thing that needs to shift.
What you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that. I'm trying to say, like,
you never see Miley Cyrus go to jail.
She should, though.
Why?
Just because.
There's not this, like, there's this, unfortunately, in hip hop culture, authenticity is like what is supposedly like the stuff that needed the most, right? Whatever you rapping about, you got to be about as well. Mm-hmm. The problem is there's no positivity being rapped about. Whoever's the biggest thug, biggest gangbanger, who has the most bodies, who sells the most drugs, all that kind of stuff is what gets elevated and stuff like that. So people are trying to act like, you know, it's not about who's the best lyricist. It's about who seems like they're the most real to what they're saying. That's why I always had, and, you know, we don't need to make this a Drake conversation, but that's why I always went back at Drake, because Drake had the ability and the stature to not be that dude that needed to talk about mob ties and I'm going to do all this and all that kind of stuff. He could have changed the dynamic of what people rap about, but he's still trying to be like the biggest thug in T-Dot and all this kind of stuff. So it's like, all right, you buying into the same stuff. But that's unfortunately what the issue is. So these guys that are, now you're starting to see these guys that aren't really that street life getting caught up because there's some real street stuff going on and they're associated with it. And then they don't want to be in jail for the next 20, 30 years. So they talking.
Is it over for Gunna?
Yeah.
You think so?
Unless he wants to do the 6ix9ine rehabilitation.
Which is?
6ix9ine just owned it.
He did?
I'm a snitch, and he's still out there on planes, and he's still out there trolling people. He's making a lot of money touring in out of the U.S. You know, like.
Here's the thing another thing I don't like. If you're gonna be hanging out with them, you know what they up to, you know what they doing, and you profiting from it.
Right.
You're a part of it. So I ain't no street person. However, if you are a part of it, don't be the person that's coming out now telling because you didn't want the ramifications and say, I give it to the other guy. Are there no more Bobby Schmurders left?
No.
Oh, okay.
There are. Maybe.
I ain't push P since Gunna came back. I ain't push P.
But I guess you're part of the problem then.
No, I'm not. The problem is not snitching. It's the activities that you are a part of. You have to own up to it as a man.
Right, but if you're supporting, so if he owned up to it, you'd still be Push P?
I'm gonna go back to pushing P. I'm just put that out.
So this is just a silent, momentary.
Yeah, right now. Because and you know what? It ain't really about just the snitching. It's what he said afterwards.
Which is?
It ain't two sides. It's just one side. Free Thug. It's the label. Blah blah blah. Now some people are saying, "Oh, Thug told him to tell. It's a part of the scheme so that he can come out, make some money, and put some money on his books." I don't believe that, me personally. But if that's what the deal is, then okay. Look, I don't really care too much if a person is snitching, but I do believe in the integrity of a person. And Gunna's music isn't really that gangster. He be just talking about him getting fly and wearing nice clothes and stuff like that and hanging out with Chloe Bailey's sister.
That's DDG, I thought.
With Halle Bailey's sister. So, I don't know. It just gives me a feeling. But, I mean, eventually, in 2 seconds, I'm not going to care about it anymore. It just is what it is.
Right.
You took the plea, and I get it. Who wants to sit in jail for years and years and years and years? not me. But you do have to recognize that you did do that stuff.
Yeah, and the ramifications, the reputation you have now is the reputation you have now.
That's it.
I think he could still be all right. Like, I mean, if he continues to make good music, I don't think he's going to get the same kind of love from, like, maybe some of the industry people. Like, he probably not getting a Little Dirk feature.
So, does he have to go work at Skechers?
What, Wendy's not hiring?
You know Wendy's not hiring. They are fully staffed at Wendy's.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see.
Mr. Union is working at
Look,
Wendy's.
academics likes Gunna, and academics can resuscitate a career, so we'll see.
I don't know if that's true. All right, who's going to the Super Bowl?
Who's up for it?
49. I think the 49ers are in.
Okay, with
Brock Purdy.
with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Don't the 49ers... I'm not a football person. 49ers, like, win a lot.
Yeah, they ended the season on a 10-game winning streak. They won their first playoff game against Seattle. Dropped a 40 burger on them.
Go ahead.
They're the most dominant team right now in the NFC. We'll see. Eagles are playing. You know, the Giants went out there, got the upset, beat Minnesota, who we all thought was a fraud.
Yep.
So Danny Dimes played well. We'll find out who he plays tonight.
What's the Minnesota team called?
Vikings.
I knew that.
Yeah. So tonight, Dallas plays Tampa, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What you think coming out from that?
It's gonna be tough because Tom Brady doesn't have all of his weapons. Mike Evans is not gonna be playing. He has some banged up receivers, banged up offensive line, but
He's Tom Brady.
He's Tom Brady. And Dallas, there's the rumors coming out that the players say that the coaching staff isn't prepared and all this kind of stuff. They're 2-4 in their last 6 games or something like that. So
this is the Cowboys, right?
Cowboys, yeah.
Well, every year they say this that year.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're not looking the best. They've lost a lot in the last half of the season.
So you're saying it's two teams in need of rehabilitation going against each other.
Right.
Two handicapped teams.
Correct.
Who you get your money on?
Never bet against Brady. So I'm gonna go Tampa Bay, and whoever
I think Tampa Bay is 9-9 right now.
9-8.
9-8.
Yeah. So whoever wins this game plays the 49ers on Sunday. Giants play the Eagles, so that's a tough.
It's not tough.
That's gonna be tough for them to win.
The Eagles are gonna wipe the floor with us. I love the New York Giants. I've been talking great things about my main man Danny, but we ain't gonna win that one. We've played them twice this season. The first time they mopped the floor with us, stuck our face in the turf. And then the second time we kind of doesn't count. But this time they come and play for real, and we're still
off a bye.
Come on now, and we're a varsity team at best. A really good varsity team.
Wow, that's what you feel about your team?
That's how I feel. Look, we're coming off like six bad years.
Yeah.
6 bad seasons.
This is the first playoff in 6 years.
The first time that we come to playoffs, I'm happy. I'm not gonna over expand it to what it's not. I already know that the Eagles are super high power. They're gonna wipe the floor with us. But I'm happy that we made it this far.
Look, those Giants teams that won Super Bowls, nobody thought they were that great either.
I ain't gonna say that. Helmet catch, legendary. We practiced that.
They came in like low C's. You know what I mean? So you never know. Look, I think the Eagles and the 49ers are the best teams out of the NFC. I do agree with you that the Eagles should win easily, but you never know. Like the Eagles aren't the healthiest team right now. Jalen Hurts is coming off of an injury. He didn't look great in that victory against the Giants. Their offensive line's a little banged up, but talent-wise, obviously the Eagles have way more talent than the Giants. But, momentum is momentum.
Hey, could we get Odell to come back real quick? Is it too late?
Yes, it's too late.
I guess he'll come back next
Yeah,
year.
and then the AFC, really, really great games, much closer games than what people expected. So the Bills narrowly beat Miami, and Miami had their third string quarterback there. So that was a wild game. Cincinnati narrowly beat the
Come on.
Ravens.
The
Sorry.
Ravens, okay.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson didn't play, so that was a backup, and they should have won. It was like one play that ruined the whole game.
Damn.
On the 1 yard line, the quarterback did like a sneak, tried to dive over to get a touchdown, fumbled it, 99-yard touchdown the other way, and that's what ended the game basically. So that was that, and then the Chargers were up 27-0 at halftime.
I saw that.
Lost the game 31-30. So the Jags are in. So the Jags play Kansas City, who everybody's thinking is the favorite to come out of
That's what I'm hearing.
And then it's Cincy versus Buffalo, which should be a really good game.
All right, give us your take on Buffalo. You think that this is their season?
Nah, I don't.
I think they were 13-3?
Yeah.
13 something like that.
13-4.
13-4.
Yeah.
They had a very good season as usual.
Right.
They always have a very good season.
But they're suspect. Josh Allen isn't playing the best. Like, it shouldn't have been competitive against Miami, and it was. Miami had every chance to win that game too. So I just don't think against better executing teams, like against Joe Burrow, Joey Burr.
Is it too late for them to get Dan Marino?
Dan Marino was never on Buffalo, first of all.
I'm talking about the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. It's a little too late. Little too late.
So you don't think the Bills are going to the Super Bowl?
No, I think it's going to be, I think Cincy beats Buffalo. Kansas City beats the Jags. I think the Super Bowl is going to be a repeat of 2019 Kansas City versus 49ers. But this time the 49ers get it.
With Brock.
The
other two guys are on IR?
Jimmy Garoppolo has a chance to come back, but I don't think he's going to play over Brock because Brock is
killing
the truth.
He's killing it.
Yeah, and Trey Lance, he's not coming back this season.
Is Brock just having a good season or is he fired?
He's that dude.
Why was he third string?
Because he was the last pick of the draft.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant.
The people that were above him were guys that you just can't jump up about. Like, obviously Trey Lance, you trade away, you use 3 firsts to pick him. So, you go with that guy initially. And then, obviously you got Jimmy Garoppolo. He's taken the team to the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game last year. So he's obviously he's going to be there. And I think Brock Purdy got better throughout the season. He's been going up against the number 1 defense on the practice squad the whole season. So I think he just got better. And when he got his opportunity, he's right place, right time, right intangibles. Like, he doesn't have the strongest arm. He's extremely mobile, and he's got great mentality.
Do you think he's the next guy to replace Brady?
Replace Brady?
Replace Brady. As far as legends go, he's either new Brady.
I think that he's writing a movie script as we speak called Mr. Irrelevant. Where he goes from Mr. Irrelevant to going into the season, at the end of the season, deep playoff run to winning a Super Bowl.
And who? Oh, you said it's 49ers versus who?
Kansas City.
And they said that Kansas City boy is that guy, though.
Of course, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is that guy. His wife and his brother ain't said a word in months.
Jackson Mahomes ain't be dancing nowhere.
I ain't seen him in a good minute.
Yeah.
But they say that's that guy. Y'all ain't scared?
Of course you're scared of Patrick Mahomes.
If Patrick wins this one, this would make it 2?
2.
But 4 appearances?
3. No. He's never lost in the Super Bowl. He didn't make it.
No, Mahomes lost in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, he lost to Brady.
He lost
the first
Brady.
year.
Yeah, that was the writers did that.
The writers.
Yeah, the writers did that.
Yeah,
Come on now. That's John Cena versus The Rock. Come on now, WrestleMania. He lost the first time, then they gotta come right back at it again. And then when
This is the 49ers year, man. It's Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's year.
that's it.
That's it.
All right. We'll see you. We'll see you at the Super Bowl from a Giants fan. Okay, that's football. What else do we got? Oh yeah. Iggy Azalea made an OnlyFans. So she says she makes $300K
No,
in a day.
Wasn't it $300K the first weekend or something that it opened?
First day.
Oh, first day.
It's ain't Bad Bobby numbers.
She ain't get putting no bad baby numbers.
But Sam, since you buy all the OnlyFans for the team, what?
Since you do it for our research,
Yeah. So what you been
More
seeing on there?
pictures? Was it more videos? What was it?
I don't know.
Oh, you ain't gonna talk about it
No,
right now?
I don't subscribe to OnlyFans, but
Okay.
she's not getting railed out. I mean, what's the point of getting it?
She might be. You never know
Yeah, I
what comes
doubt
in
it.
them little
I-
$100 privates.
I doubt it. Some of those girls are kind of, you can tell they're scammy. It's like, hi, buy my OnlyFans. Who's that girl who like didn't have dudes on it? Bella Thorne, was it?
Bella Thorne,
Yeah.
she did not have news on it. She made a couple $1 million.
What is it for?
It's Instagram Plus.
Right. Instagram Plus.
Instagram
Plus.
free is fine for me.
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, Instagram Plus.
I actually hate Instagram. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
I hate
filthy.
it. Every year they shut down your audience.
Yeah,
Every year.
100%.
Now I did this as an experiment. I posted one picture. I have 20,000 followers on my account. It got reached to like 200 people.
Really? This is the
One I just
personal?
posted. Yeah. No, my like the ones I be posting all the memes from.
Oh, okay.
200 people, 70 likes. And I heard there was somebody who was like, the thing is, if you have 1 million followers, if they showed it to 1 million people, that's the equivalent of like a really big show on TV, or let's say more than that. Like the Super Bowl is getting millions of views.
Right.
If you're The Rock and you have 100 million followers and they show 100 million people your content, they're losing money. So of course they have to show it to 1% of your people so that you can pay to get it. This is why OnlyFans is better.
Well, OnlyFans takes a percentage off of the. Is it like the per monthly person or like just monthly revenue?
OnlyFans, they take money off everything. So if you got a $20 a month subscription, OnlyFans is gonna take a percentage. Every time you send one of them DMs that you got to pay for, OnlyFans is gonna take their like all of that stuff. They're gonna take their cut.
Real question is, does Iggy have any shot to get to Black China money?
So I heard about this. Black China made how much?
20 million a year, 240 million in 2021.
Cap. Who's wanting to see Black China that bad that y'all paying 20 million a month? She can't. Imagine if you were that hot, you could get anything you want. Like they would put you in movies, they would make TV shows about. But nah, it's OnlyFans. Come on, The Rock couldn't even get 400 million for Black Adam.
But Rock wasn't having sex on camera.
That
Have
was
you
the problem.
No one wants to.
I thought his muscles was enough.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know they fired
He
him.
already looks like a giant
Yeah.
penis, so
He was,
The
he was
Rock.
terrible in that movie.
I didn't like that
It was
movie.
terrible. I fell asleep twice.
What?
That movie was
No,
terrible.
hold on now. Let's talk about movies real quick.
All right.
Black Adam was all right.
All right.
It was all right.
You, Mr. I need the story to make sense and all
Yeah.
this kind.
Yeah.
All right.
Black Adam was all right because it was so bad.
He's one of those.
Yeah.
For sure.
They didn't try to make it deep like Black Panther 2.
No, I mean it tried to make it a little deep,
What part was
but
deep?
it was like
The whole
that's
family, the whole son being the like, you know,
They
I don't
tried
think-
to like
I
the
don't
whole
think-
rope a dope on the whole situation.
I don't think they was really trying.
Bruh.
I think they were like,
See, here's the thing. It's because your blackness won't allow you to actually say how you really feel about this.
what you mean he married to a white woman?
Half.
The Rock?
Is she?
Nah, she's white.
All the way.
Yeah,
So
his
you can talk
kids
shit
are
if you
white.
want to.
Huh?
You can talk shit if you want to.
Yeah.
And you really think this movie is a good movie?
No, the movie's terrible.
Okay, so then what are we
But
talking
the
about?
whole movie's terrible.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good
How?
because it's that bad. Like,
Nah, it's not even entertaining bad. Like Tropic Thunder.
No, Tropic Thunder is good.
But it's good because you're like, this is bad.
It's bad on purpose.
Yeah, it's bad on
It's
purpose.
tropes. This is like, we're trying to make a good movie here.
Yeah.
It sucked. The Rock's like, I'm gonna get Henry Cavill in the movie. It's gonna be amazing. Like that was the only part people stayed to watch.
He took it seriously. I didn't take it seriously. I went in there. I was like, I could dissect every frame in this movie that's wrong, or I could just say,
You know what was wrong?
What?
There was no LGBTQ pin on nobody. So
That's why he
Kelly
liked
was
it.
like, yeah, this is cool.
Wasn't this in like Iran kind of?
Yeah. You ain't doing that at the
He
Muslims.
said, it's believable. No one has a
That's right. There was no parent, like there are no LGBT parents.
pin. Yes. No, that's what it was.
no.
The parents were straight, so it was
You can't
cool.
tell me, bro. That
So
movie
it was
wasn't.
cool.
It was terrible, bro. I was like,
The
when is this
pin
gonna
makes
get good?
no sense.
Man,
Yeah,
you don't
but
even
Black
see
Adam
the
was
stupid pin.
Black Adam was so bad it was good in your mind.
It was very, very bad.
Yeah.
It was bland. It was boring.
I
It
can't
also
even believe
made
they
no
get a
sense.
second one.
There's no second one.
They
He's
canceled.
fired.
I know he's fired, but I thought they're gonna recast it.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, they could make a better movie. James Gunn knows how to make a good movie.
I'm saying like this was such a bad attempt. They should just redo and do a Black Adam 1 again.
That's what I think. That's
Like
what happened.
you know,
Right.
like
That's
yeah. Oh, okay.
Look
Makes
at
sense.
the Bad Justice League. What is it called?
Justice League. No,
The bad
Suicide
one.
Squad.
Suicide
I
Squad.
couldn't think of the name.
They redid it,
Yeah.
and that was a good movie.
Yo, but DC is really struggling to keep up with Marvel.
What they have,
Marvel's struggling too, though.
Marvel's
No one likes
How?
it. It's all the same.
DC
It's cookie cutter.
Yeah,
I like
Marvel's
that.
quality has gone down.
I don't. I disagree. I think that.
What was the last one that came out?
I think no. Wakanda 2.
That was trash.
I haven't seen that.
I didn't think it was trash.
Wakanda 2 was trash.
I think it was
I
emotional.
told a car full of people, like, my black friend said that Wakanda Forever is trash. And they're like, oh, well, I guess just, yeah, I have to agree.
I think that for what they had to do to put that together, it was good. And I think that the next one, when they make his son the new,
Prince?
They're making
the new
another
like
one.
Black Panther, and then I think Noah Moore is a great character that's gonna be huge in the universe.
Anymore.
You thought Namor was a good character.
I like the way they make him fight. I like
You like the wings on his feet and the fact that he died because he was in a toaster.
he didn't die.
He said,
He almost died. He almost died. You like that?
Sure,
You lied. You liked it.
I like that movie. Yeah.
You liked all 11 hours of that movie.
How long is the movie?
11 and a half hours.
I don't-
2.5.
11 and a half hours.
Plus 3 hours.
That's
He
no
liked
3-hour
all-
movie.
he
That's
liked
no
all-
Avatar.
Yeah.
We gonna come back to Avatar. Okay, y'all got me excited.
Go ahead.
Marvel
seen it.
Marvel is struggling right now.
How?
The move, first of all, the Eternals.
That was their first drop. That was their first dip.
All them TV shows aside from
Okay.
give it to
Loki?
me. Give it to me.
Loki,
They're all bad.
Nah, Loki was okay.
WandaVision.
WandaVision was good until the end.
It was creative but singular. You can't do that
You
again.
can't do it again. But what was they came out with all these
She-Hulk?
slew of TV She-Hulk
Terrible.
trash. What was the other one?
They did the one with-
Falcon.
Black
Yeah.
Falcon.
was base.
Trash. The guy who shoots the arrows. I hope you're okay.
Okay.
Trash.
That wasn't trash.
I like that.
I like that one.
you
I
watched
like
this
that.
arrow one?
Bro,
It's a
you
Christmas
can't just sit here and keep calling trash when this stuff's good.
No,
Nah.
it was
Arrow was
it
good. I
it
liked
was
it.
not anywhere near what it was before, but the Hawkeye was like it was a
Hawkeye
Christmas
was good.
TV show. It was
Yeah.
just fun.
What I
Okay.
liked
And
about
that
it-
girl is,
Okay.
I think, is going to be
she's good.
badass.
Yeah.
Who was?
Haley
The girl,
Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
dope.
Okay. The reason why I didn't love Wakanda 2. First of all, how we lose in every fight. We didn't win, we didn't have the upper hand in not one fight.
Mentality was off.
They took it to the water.
And then we didn't even win when we won.
Mentality was off.
That's the next thing. Why are we making movies about Chadwick Boseman?
Why not?
It's not about him.
It was.
It's not.
It was.
Sorry. That
Why
movie
you a
is
hater
not.
right now?
Nah, son.
Look at you, a hater.
Nah. And then after that, what was the point of Little Iron Girl? Ironheart. What was the point?
She's coming into other.
I get it. It's a business decision, but creatively it makes no sense.
She's part of She's part of the comic books.
Shout out to the comic books.
Yeah,
then.
so they're setting up the new universe.
They could have set it up better.
Here we go.
And then, because now this is what you're gonna say.
Here we go.
Now what you're gonna say? Ryan Coogler said himself, hey, it wasn't really my idea to come out with that movie.
Right.
His idea was totally different.
Right.
And he wanted to recast, but the powers that be told him to make this movie.
Right.
So even if the director is the one saying he Forrest Gumped it, dudes that made Forrest Gump say, hey man, don't blame that on me. He said the same thing. So you falling for the Matrix?
No, I just think that it wasn't as bad as you say it was.
I ain't like it.
Am I saying it could be better? Sure, anything could be better.
And then they got a killer, but they already know where the vibranium is. And then they're like, we're trying to stay secret, but then they come to Earth, and then it just makes no sense. Like the movie was just silly, and it was too long. It was just,
all right. I think DC makes great animated movies. They do a lot of like kind of direct to video, like HBO, whatever, animated movies, and they've done like their animated cartoons really well. Their live action, maybe not so much. The OG Batmans are good.
Did you like James Gunn's?
Batman?
Not Batman,
Suicide
but
Squad.
Suicide Squad?
The second one, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool, but he marveled it.
He did.
Is the second one with
Definitely
Will
made it,
Smith or
like,
without Will
Guardians.
Smith?
With no Will
With
Smith.
no
It's
Will
with John Cena.
Yeah.
And I heard Peacemaker's pretty good.
I heard that show was good.
It's funny, but it's like it's very improv. It's like I can see what they're doing, what's funny, but like it just keeps kind of going. It's kind of the same running joke. Like let's just say weird shit constantly and then kill people. It's alright. It's not terrible.
I did like the Batman.
Batman was good.
It was okay, but it was
good.
also too long.
Yeah, I keep saying, I think it would have been good as a series on HBO.
Yeah. Well,
Like you could tell where it ended. You could end each episode or whatever.
they're doing that a lot. Like the Justice League Snyder cut, that could have been a series
That
too.
could have been
And
a series.
I
haven't seen it yet.
I said
because I heard it was 4 hours, and I said no, I'm good.
Was it good?
Cut it up. Yeah, it was good. Because you from the first one to this one, it's like you see chapters 1 through 10. They did chapter 1 and chapter 10. For this one, it was you see all the chapters, everything
so there's a lot of
in between that you need. Like because I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? And then Snyder cut, yeah, you see it all.
Yeah, I heard it was 4 hours. That's a whole Wendy's shift. I'm not about it.
That's facts. So they're getting rid of all their people. My girl, Gal Gadot, gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Henry,
She's so
gone.
fun.
She put her on my list, man.
Yeah.
I like her, but Wonder Woman 2? Ain't nobody here gonna tell me that was good.
There's a little pockmark on the list. Or
You liked it?
I haven't seen it.
It's terrible.
It's not good. Wonder Woman 2 was not good.
It was
I
free on
didn't even
HBO.
like Captain Marvel. Like
Captain Marvel wasn't good.
I didn't even like and I love me some Scarlett Johansson.
The
But that Black Widow movie was.
That wasn't a
Black
very
Widow.
good movie.
I say like
She said it in the movie. She was like, I don't really have to do this. Anyways, we're gonna go do this.
Yeah. All right, I'm gone. I'm in.
yeah.
Say no more.
But I think Marvel's gonna come back, man. I think it's just a little tough. There's a lot that they have to overcome because the first one was like you bought into the characters and all that kind of stuff. Now it's like comparative instead of just seeing it as it is. But they have to build back up all these characters. But you can't. It's hard to build them back when you're comparing it to Iron Man. You're like comparing, all this. So I think that if you just saw it as is and realize, like, it's just that excitement isn't there because you already. It's
The
already.
one that's getting me excited though is the new Ant-Man movie.
Ant-Man looks dope.
I think
Didn't
that
you
one
like
looks
the Japanese one? Shang whatever.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, wasn't that
Shang-Chi's one of the
fire?
best
I
movies.
Wasn't the Doctor Strange movie fire?
The first Doctor
The first.
Strange movie was fire. The second Doctor Strange movie was trash.
Is there something in between for you, Kelby?
I sometimes will say, it was okay.
I don't think Doctor Strange 2 is trash.
No, it was to me.
I think Spider-Man's still fire. I think Doctor Strange is going to be fire. I think some of these new characters that they're building up are going to be great. And it's going to be great to see how they get everybody onto the same page.
I would say the last Spider-Man was the last big Marvel win. However, to me, it's Sony Marvel.
I know, but Sony was the
Yeah,
they
but
led.
you can't give that win to Sony because Sony hasn't been able to
Do it without Marvel.
Yeah, they haven't been able to
No,
kill Spider-Man
true.
for real without Marvel's help. So Sony through Marvel, that was their last big win. To me, that movie was just okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't
I liked it.
very good.
I liked it a lot.
I thought it was just okay.
I like the callbacks of the other Spider-Man. It's like
I think that's what their purpose was. But now, a lot of people are saying Marvel's putting too much stuff out. It's hard for people to keep building anticipation, which is what it was before. Before it was, all right, now that we've seen Iron Man, we gotta go see insert next movie here, and they would space it out some. Now it's like WandaVision's out, then you gotta watch Eternals, then you gotta watch the Black Witch, then you gotta watch the TV show, then you gotta watch Loki, then you gotta watch it. It's like,
but you actually don't need to watch any of it because it really doesn't. Like,
no, that's not true. Because if you watch Doctor Strange 2, it had a lot of callbacks to WandaVision.
But I watched both. I watched both. I was still like, all right, what's the callback? And it did not connect as well as the previous universe did.
I just think that we're judging it based off of how the initial one was started, and there's a different strategy that needs to be done when you're building up new characters and all that kind of stuff.
Just good writing. How about that? Start with that.
But it's not only that. You have to like the level of standard is different because you're comparing it. Like if you just saw Black Panther 2 before you saw Captain America's and Iron Man and all that kind of stuff, you probably would buy into these characters. But now you know that they're going to be the new ones, and you're like, nah, that's not as good as,
Well, whose fault is that?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's just always going to be an inherent thing. The second one isn't. People still think Tobey whatever is the best Spider-Man just because he was the first. He's nothing like Tom Holland versus Tobey. There's no competition. But just because it was the first one, people are like, "Oh yeah, he was a terrible Spider-Man."
Oh, wow! So you put him in the ranking.
It's
put him in the ring.
Tom Holland, way higher than all of them. I would take skateboard version and then Tobey.
Damn. I think Andrew Garfield's better than Tom Holland. He nailed it.
I think Tobey was a good Spider-Man. I think Andrew was a good Peter Parker. Two different people. And I think Tom Holland kind of put them all together, and it's good both ways.
Yeah.
I think I like Tobey because he has that nerd thing about him. Tom is a cool nerd. And it's like...
They did that with Andrew, too. But Andrew encapsulated Peter Parker dressed in the suit. He was making jokes. He was like slipping and sliding, making stupid comments. That's who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
Tobey didn't do that.
Right.
Tobey was like, "Hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
We'll move on." Tom kind of put it all together, and he kind of
Tobey's voice was so annoying in that movie. It was just bad.
In 2001,
all of them.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. Yeah. See, he couldn't even say that enthusiastically. Pizza time.
Pizza time. Pizza time.
All of them. He was like compared to the new guys, he's terrible.
So you are ready to.
Well, I just think there's so much now that they could do, right? They're gonna get the X-Men involved, like Deadpool, like there's so much, and we just got to be open to letting it all connect. We can't just keep saying, doing a callback to what it was. Like let us see how it works. And there's so many characters that they have to build. If it took another however many years, like it took to build the first one, you would lose interest too.
Well, this is what I would say. It's not all the way fair to say that, because some of these movies are not performing the same way and as effectively as the older movies were, where it seemed like they took more time to craft them.
Mm-hmm. Now it's like every year.
Yeah,
sure.
like they're putting a lot more out, and it's not fair to say, it's only because we're comparing it. But to me, Black Panther 2 had 4 years to come up with a really good second movie. I understand that Chadwick passed away, but to me, the writing, just like Sam said, the writing of the actual story they were trying to tell, to me, wasn't very profound. There wasn't anything for me to latch onto to make me feel like, oh, I'm in this. As a person who did not like Iron Man, I still think the Iron Man 1 was better than the story. Like, what are we here for? Was stronger than the Black Panther 2 story. I just,
maybe, but I don't. I look at it on its own, and I still enjoyed that movie, and I thought it was great. I think it invoked a lot of emotions. The color schemes were great. I liked the music in it, and I thought the storyline was pretty cool. Like how they brought in this whole new people, and how even though they were like, it's like the angry version, like we hate the outside world or whatever, and then we've integrated type of thing in that whole clash. And seeing the sister go through her thing, the callback to Michael B. Jordan's character Killmonger, I thought there was a lot of cool stuff there.
Are you gonna watch Avatar?
I never the first one was cool, but I never.
Whoa! Don't compare it to anything else.
I'm just saying, like, I never was that into the Avatars in the first place.
Really, I never watched the first one.
Never. I hate the hype for those kinds of movies when there's like no story to it.
It
was just the
billions
fact,
of dollars on it.
It was just the fact that
the only thing.
it was the first time a movie like that was actually made.
And
well,
then
now
everybody
it's like
that went to
everything's
see
made
it was
that.
like, oh, the colors and the this and the that, and I was like, but what about the movie?
Right.
There's
Was it
like
a good
4
movie?
more coming
Yeah.
out.
It was a
Five-
good-
And
5 to
supposedly,
7.
I haven't heard anything negative about this movie. I heard the story is actually pretty
It's
good.
terrible.
Yeah, well,
I
don't
haven't
know.
heard too many good.
Is this
things
one
about
3
it.
hours long too?
Yeah.
It's
really long.
it's Pocahontas 2.
Yeah. It's almost a Wendy shift.
Pocahontas 2.
So here's something I find interesting about Avatar. Late last year, they were saying that this movie was a wash because they expected to make their money back like that, and it hit 500 million. Kind of stalled there for a little bit. I checked to see what the box office was now, and it's at 1.9 billion.
So he's
To
close to his
make,
number.
to make a profit, they need to hit like 2.2 billion, something like that.
He's almost there.
He's almost there for sure. I just didn't know that people were because if you remember 2009, 10 when the first one came out,
Everyone was gonna see it.
everybody was talking.
I'm gonna go
about
see it
it.
the 7th time today.
But they
Yeah.
also did this movie. They're not streaming, so if it was streaming, it would be much bigger too. People aren't going to
maybe
theaters
not
as
bigger.
much. No, I'm saying their money would be higher because
Oh no, it would be less.
I don't think
it was
so.
just streaming.
No,
Just streaming?
with this plus streaming, this movie, like most movies now, they put it out and then they stream it quickly. That could go into the revenue as well. This is like they made a choice. We're not streaming this.
I think you're thinking about it the opposite way. Because think about Scarlett Johansson. They put out the Witch movie in theaters and in streaming, and then she sued Disney because she said that the streaming impacted the box office sales.
Absolutely.
Disney Plus last year lost 1.8 billion.
That doesn't have to do with the specific movie. Though.
No.
That's
I'm just
overall
saying the
catalog.
business model
Sure.
of streaming does not generate revenue.
But I'm talking about just overall, like the ability to see how big. So you're saying financially it might not have been whatever, but if you could buy it in your home,
Yeah.
I'm saying like that, like rent buy that. Those numbers aren't in this, where in some of the other movies they are in that.
I understand what you're saying, but the thing about Avatar is the budget.
Right.
That's what gets people because this is one of the most expensive films ever made at almost $500 million budget.
Right.
So they need to make their money back quickly because there's 3-4 more on the way.
Right.
And you can't imagine that number 3 is going to be a $50 million movie.
Right.
They're going to keep on making these huge movies. So their big thing is we need to get people to go to the box office and make the majority of the chunk of money back. And then after that, we can do streaming deals where it'll make money forever and ever and ever.
Right.
But it can't just be trickling in. We need to repay the next movies that
Right.
are coming in. So, I mean, to them, from my standpoint, I'm like, this is genius for you to put it because A, James Cameron is old,
Right.
and he wants you to go to the theaters.
Right.
He's the Marty Scorsese type where it's like, hey, watching stuff at home makes no sense.
And that's why they could also control because they don't know what TV you're watching it on, all the colors, the audio, all that kind of stuff. They can control that.
Exactly. You know them boys in Louisiana watching it on one of them 14-inch televisions.
It still has
Why Louisiana?
the TV with a fat ass.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, this is crazy and it's all blurry.
Yeah.
We just making fun of the South. That's what we do.
Nah, I told you, Louisiana, when you go over there, you walk into a time machine. You walk into a time machine.
Different place.
It really is. I
What
went to
about
a barbecue.
Alabama?
Same
Nah,
place.
they don't got TVs over there.
Same place.
I'm actually going to Alabama at the end of the month.
Jason.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Because you know they listen.
Go ahead.
You know what they do over there.
What I do?
Cousins is uncles and uncles is boyfriends.
Sister
And,
wives.
you know what I mean? You hear about that?
You know what I'm saying?
You hear about that?
Nah.
You be okay. Alabama's super. I be scared of Alabama sometimes in my dreams.
In my dream.
Yeah, for real,
All
because
right.
you know that it's the deep South. Only one of us at this table is invited to the deep South.
Which
When I went through Alabama, I went to the one black-owned restaurant.
I like how Sam spoke up. Sam's like, I can't even hide it.
Yeah,
I know what he's talking to. It was a Shoney's.
Shoney's.
Ever heard of that?
I have.
It was on Rick and Morty. It's like, hey, there's a Shoney's. We go on, it's a whole black family running. I'm like, hey, how's it go?
What'd you order?
I don't remember. I ordered a bunch of shit. We were on the road.
Damn.
Got back from North Carolina.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm thinking about going to the movies. Maybe I'll go watch Avatar, and I'll let y'all know how it is. Everybody good?
No, speaking of Blueface, culture appropriation.
Oh, look at you.
Segue.
All right, I'll give it to you.
Segue.
Blueface has been fighting with his girl, Krishan Rock. She smacked
That
him in the
ain't
head
new.
with a bottle, and now he's got a concussion.
That ain't new. That's new, but
Yeah,
them
the
fighting
concussion
ain't
is
new.
new.
Allegedly, it was a cup. She says
A cup, something
glass
that
cup.
broke.
Yeah.
Either way,
Is it ever that fire
I
to
don't
go
want
through
to get hit
this?
by anything.
Huh?
Is it ever that fire to go through all of this?
Is it just it, or is it the money that comes out of it? Feel me? I think it's a business relationship as well.
Took a hit for the team.
Yeah.
Damn.
But the fact that this is, I'm annoyed by their relationship at this point. It's like, come on, like,
You're over it.
yeah, it's just like every week there's something else.
I never click on it. Like Shade Room, I just keep scrolling.
It's just in there. Yeah, I don't ever click and read the stories or
Maybe
whatever.
they're
you
into
see.
that. They're just into beating the shit out of each other.
But it's like, why promote it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're
Because they
only
got their
famous.
show.
Huh?
They have a show.
I know, but like, what are you learning from the show?
Absolutely nothing. But
Yeah, I mean, how to not have a very good, loving relationship.
And that's
I
what gets
learned a lot
promoted.
from it.
Where's the shows about the loving, great, perfect like good relationship?
You
healthy
know,
relationship?
that's so 1980s.
They had those, and then he drugged them with the.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
You can never go back to another Shoney's.
Bill Cosby.
not allowed.
Hey, you going to Bill Cosby if he gets out and starts touring?
I was just about to ask you. You know he's going on tour.
If he gets out, right?
No, what you mean? Getting out from
he
what?
out?
From jail?
Bill Cosby's been out of jail.
Oops.
I didn't know that. I thought he had to win his appeal first.
No, Bill Cosby came out of jail in 2021 off of a technicality.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he been out.
Bill Cosby free?
Bill Cosby's going on tour.
I stand by what I said. I don't care.
Are you going to Bill Cosby tour?
Probably not.
Why not? He's great.
Shut up.
Why you going to Bill Cosby tour?
Obviously not,
Why not?
because
What
he's
y'all scared of?
I don't know, a sex offender.
That mean he ain't funny no more.
You right.
Yeah, Bill Cosby been out.
I'll see Louis C.K. I won't see
Why would you go see Louis C.K. when he
because
pulled it out on the
asked
phone?
him. He asked him. He said, "Man, please pull my penis out, man."
You don't think Bill Cosby said, "Would you like?"
No, do it all.
Go ahead. I want to
wanna
hear
hear the
your
whole-
rendition.
The whole story.
No.
Put the bill in the
Well, his thing got overturned, right? That's why he got out.
No. So what happened was he in 2004 had some kind of deal with the court that said,
Right.
I can't go back to prison again off of this stuff.
Right.
And then it wasn't upheld. He went to prison, but then his lawyer chatty patty with the government and whatever, and then he was like, "Hey yo, he's right. He can't go back to prison again," and he got let go.
Yeah.
Now Bill Cosby says that he's got some laughter to be punching into your body, so he's gonna be
He used those
going on
words?
tour.
Use those words.
He said something like that.
He said
he can go
I'm
on-
gonna be violent on stage. That's what he said. He said, "Yo, he's like, I'm gonna put you to,
No, he's not.
I'm gonna keep you awake."
He's not Cardi B. So would you go to a tour? Let's go. I'll buy it.
I'm gone.
You saw his face, Jay? Oh, you serious? Oh, shit.
Yo, why you going to it?
I'm just saying, like, you know, I still listen to R. Kelly music. I can
listen
separate the
to
art.
that.
From
Where's the gasp
person.
button? Where's the gasp?
I could separate the art from the music.
Right on.
I could set art from the artist.
Yeah, but now you're gonna go see the artist.
That's the thing with comedy. It's like
He's still there.
it is the person
Right.
versus like musicians. It's like
Do
there's
you know
the
what
artist.
he should pull an OJ? He should put like a paper towel over his cup. He's like, I don't know. Someone's running around putting the pills in the cups. Because OJ said that killer's still out there. Bill's gotta be like the pill popper's still out there.
So Bill Cosby's low key like gonna, because he's gonna come out of jail and he's gonna act like nothing happened. He gonna act like nothing.
How do you think
And Bill sometimes
Hey.
do be pushing P.
in all seriousness, how do you think his tour does?
Hold on, he's
He's selling out?
100-seat venues.
You don't think he can go stadiums?
No,
Laugh
the
Factory?
stadiums. So the thing is, stadiums are funded by big companies,
They won't take him.
and they're not gonna want. They're not gonna want to take them.
So you think, but all the comedy clubs he could sell out.
Yeah, CD comedy clubs, of course. He like at most maybe like 500.
What about
Like
They
where
just-
me and Chris one time we went to go see Tig Notaro.
Like the Laugh Factory?
That's Largo.
what about venues? Couple thousand.
I love
5,000.
Dignitaro, by the way.
Let's
She wasn't
say,
funny,
let's say he gets into these venues.
Okay.
Do you think that people buy tickets?
Yeah, I think R. Kelly goes on tour. He sells out. I think if Bill Cosby,
but no, I'm saying if Bill Cosby can get
that's what I'm saying.
these
So
arenas,
I'm saying
I don't think R. Kelly sells out an arena anymore.
It's 18 and up for sure.
Maybe not.
Jail.
No,
Yeah, I don't think.
no. I'm
he
using
can.
that. I'm so I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think if R. Kelly goes on tour, the tour is successful. I think if Bill Cosby goes on tour, it's pretty successful.
I think that Bill Cosby could get it back. I think there's enough people that think this is wrongful and all that kind of stuff. That
I mean, he's 89 years old.
right.
I don't know
He's
how funny
89?
he's 89. He can't even see.
Where's
You
he
know
gonna pull his material from?
He's had a hard knock
Yeah,
life.
there's a lot of stuff that actually, out of all of his stuff, he could pull from the most out of
Probably
what's been
just
going on in the
just the most
last
recent,
decade of his life.
You know what? Man,
There was a time.
You're like, I really want to know what you're experiencing with
I
with
wanna hear it.
glaucoma. You can't see shit, but you can hear it.
yeah, that's true. You can see it at 25% of one eyeball.
Yes.
You know what? Let's go.
Just to
We'll
see
take the pod on the road with it.
Who opens for Bill Cosby?
Who opens for
Louis C.K. for sure.
Kevin
Aziz
Hart.
Ansari.
Kevin Hart.
Disease.
The sex
For
offender
sure.
tour.
Damn.
Bill Murray.
That dude from Jeremy Pivens, like the dude from
Jeremy
Entourage.
Piven.
Yeah.
Jeremy Piven doing comedy now.
He
Yeah.
is.
I see it on his page. Nobody likes it.
T.I.
The back of a.
T.I. trying
don't
to
do that.
Yeah, T.I. doing
Yeah,
comedy.
probably. T.I. though.
T.I. opening.
Yeah, T.I. Yeah.
He knows some things about pills.
Oh, really?
Uh-oh.
That was inappropriate. Because you know T.I. gonna listen.
Yeah.
He's gonna have something to say.
Hey, it's okay. I got Charleston White's number.
Look at that.
Nah, you can't hear. He came with the gusto today. All right, the four of us going to see Bill Cosby.
I'm busy that night. Sorry.
How
don't
did you
even
not
know.
support him? He was trying to buy NBC.
Why are you looking at me? What does that mean?
You know,
see?
it's your
So you-
people that ended up.
You don't support Black excellence
What is
on Martin? Yo, it's Martin Luther King Day.
I realized. That's how dates work.
That's crazy. And then Sam is not gonna go see a great black.
Look, I was
Great black. Great black.
Yeah. You really want him repping the whole black community?
Who?
Cosby.
No, he's rapping Cosby, the brand.
Yeah, okay then. That's different.
Does Dave
So
Chappelle
so
take?
you're not gonna go?
Does Dave Chappelle take Cosby on tour?
Oh no.
Dave Chappelle stays away from
Dave
it.
Chappelle's got it.
Yeah. Before we leave, this is some news for Sabalos. Zoe 101's coming back.
I saw that. And what did I ask you? I thought she was like on drugs or something.
You know, she had a baby.
She
She
just
just
had a
had babies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you excited?
I think I watched maybe 3 episodes of that. I wasn't a Zoe 101 dude.
Whoa.
Why is this a story? Why is this news for him?
No, because Chris loves his old stuff.
I do like those.
He likes the
Old Nickelodeon shows.
yeah, he likes the Goofy movie. Like whatever.
The Goofy movie was great.
Yeah, like he likes his time period stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought this was gonna do something.
No,
too.
I didn't catch on to Zoe 101.
Did you watch Unfabulous?
I watched Fabulous. I watched
When was that out?
Victorious a little bit.
Victorious was beyond me.
Was that past your prime?
Damn, that's crazy.
Drake and
I
Josh.
thought you were gonna take your shirt off in excitement. I did watch Drake and Josh. That was a good show.
Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
You weren't you on Dragon Josh?
No.
Are you in the new Spider-Man cartoon thing?
Yes, he is.
No. I'm in.
The first one.
No. I am in the first one. But
Spider-
give me the game again.
Oh, yeah, Cyberpunk.
I'm in Cyberpunk.
Really?
He's in the new Cyberpunk
Good for
DLC.
you, bro.
Yeah.
Are you a black guy?
I'm a Haitian guy with an accent.
Is that racist or
How many
did
lines you
that
get?
bag?
No, they.
A bajillion lines.
Oh, really? You like in it?
Yeah, I did multiple recordings.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the
pretty
DLC
cool.
just so I can play.
Yo, can I hold $5?
They ain't pay me yet.
Did you do mocap?
I did not do much.
Just voiceover.
Just voiceover. Yeah. You're probably gonna get somebody with a nice set of abs.
You know they can digitally put it on.
This is Kelby on the mocap.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of.
I'm coming.
I need therapy. I need therapy.
catch
I
up.
do. That's what. Nah, they. I'll be up in there.
You speak any French?
No.
Creole?
Creole. Yeah.
Nice.
With it's with who? Keanu Reeves and then Idris Elba.
Did you get to meet any of them?
I just heard their voices back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But
was
I
doing
didn't
solo.
know it was them at the time.
Oh wow.
I just heard the voices and I was like, oh.
Was this one of where you didn't know what you were doing when you did the audition and stuff?
I didn't know because they gave a fake name.
Uh-huh.
And then when I went in, the guy, he's like a typical gamer, like a guy with brown hair and a ponytail, and he's like wearing a 4X t-shirt, and he was just like, yeah, you're here. I was like, okay. Thanks.
And what is here? Where is here?
What's going on here? And he was just like, this is this game, dude. Like the biggest game in the world. I was like, WWE Legend?
FIFA? Like,
Yeah.
2K11 or
And then when he finally told me what the game was, I was like, okay. And he was like, come on. I was like, I don't know. I don't play games. So I don't know what this is. I think I've heard of it. And then he told me about the little mess ups and stuff that happened in the game. And then I was like, oh yeah, I remember Redman told me about this game because he played it and there was all types of inappropriate stuff in the game for a bit. But I just did the lines and then I went home and then they called me back and I did more lines.
nice.
But I didn't know. Sabalos had to send me the trailer. I didn't even know when it came out. Yeah, I just listen, man.
So clearly,
pay me.
Clearly, you aren't on the. You're not invited to the opening day.
Probably not. But I did have a very big character. I did hours and hours of audio.
And that's amazing, man. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Are you? Is this thing gonna be like a new lane for you?
I really don't care what kind of land it is.
Nah, I'm saying, would you
as long as
want
they
to?
send me the check.
Would you?
Would
Would you be open to more like voiceover roles? Is that something you enjoy doing?
So long as they got the money. I this is where it is for me in acting. And I thought about this because I have a lot of friends in the new House Party movie. And I'm very happy for them. Mm-hmm. And I love to see that people who went to college with me and we've worked with in the past, they're all in these big movies.
Right.
But I also recognize a lot of this game as a creative in Hollywood is but a moment. It's but a moment. You really don't know what's coming up next.
Right.
And I no longer place a lot of weight into something that is just handled by so many other people, because I can want it bad, but it may never come to me. I never thought, oh, I'm gonna do that movie. I never thought I was gonna do Spider-Man. It came on Facebook. So for me, things I can't control, hey man, it happened. It's behind me. Send the check. Let's keep it moving. I'll do my best every time I can, but I'll never like aspire like, oh, I'm gonna win an Oscar or whatever. Like that's not even in my
Right.
It's not in my ability to choose. Some people just got it in them. So I just hope that everybody who got a big opportunity, y'all could maximize it and keep doing what you could do to hold on to it as much as possible. But that House Party movie really made me think like, okay, I have to be careful with the things that I dream about, wish about, and go for, because I'll never forget I was in an Uber once, and there was a guy who just turned 70 driving. And I like to get chatty patty. So I started asking, like, how long you been in Hollywood? What are you trying to do? All of that. He moved to Hollywood 50 years ago. Lived in the same apartment all 50 years.
Wow.
And I said, do you have a family? No. Do you have, are you divorced? Kids are grown? Nothing. I said, why? He said, because I've never been able to sacrifice my dream for a family and for all of that. And I said, well, how close are you to your dream? When was the last time you booked something? You know what he said?
What?
1998.
That was back when Juvenile was hot.
I said, golly, son. 1998, he was like, nah, but I'm taking new classes. I've got new headshots. I'm getting a new agent, a new manager. It's like all going to turn around for me. And I asked him, do you ever regret the fact that you just didn't try something else? And he said, no, I'm here living my dreams. I live very minimally. So driving Uber, I can pay my rent. That's all I need. I just need enough money to take my acting classes, enough money to get new headshots when I need. That's it. And I keep on hustling. I said, that sucks.
Yeah.
So once I caught that, I was like,
You put it in perspective.
yeah, I was like, you know what?
But what you got to be thinking about is you get, you start doing these accents. Eventually, they're going to need somebody Latin.
Call me.
You know who it's going to be.
What is it?
Female Latin. It's either going to be Salma or it's going to be J-Lo.
Listen, man.
Or Anna.
Yo, one day I'm going to see a movie with her.
I'm just
really
saying,
haven't
this
seen
is your lane to get to Salma Hayek.
Hey, listen.
Get more excited.
I honestly think I can get to Salma Hayek faster as a producer. Way, way, way faster.
You gonna make a movie called Salma?
Whatever.
It's only gonna be her.
I'm gonna tell you this. And this is for everybody who's on their grind who just moved to LA. Years ago, when I was really into this whole Hollywood thing, I was trying to make movies. And I was like, okay, I need a name in my movie. So I went on the internet and I scoured IMDb, LinkedIn, Facebook, and everything that was available to me at the time. And I reached out to Bow Wow. I reached out to David Banner. I reached out to Snitchki, if y'all know who that is, from wrestling. I reached out to all these people. I reached out to at least about 500 either growing talents on IMDb. So they have these lists of like the next big stars. I reached out to every single one, found their emails, found something, found a way. And I got more responses than I assumed. Snitchki wrote me back himself, got on the phone with him. Dion from The Cosby Show, who played Bud, he reached back out to me and we made a movie together. Like, so many things happened because I was just on my grind creating my own lane. I swear I caught the bug of just saying, man, I can't keep giving this time that I have to somebody else because I only have so much of it.
Right.
I'm never going to be a 7-year-old Uber driver that's forced to do that and going to die by myself because, hey, I got headshots and one day, 40 years after I was on TV one time,
Waiting for somebody to tell me I'm good enough.
Yeah, it ain't going to work. One day, if I really want to, Selma, leave your husband, dog. I'm here now.
You don't need no billionaire when you can have a thousandaire like me.
Okay. Don't be putting in them words like that.
Isn't he a Balenciaga guy?
He's a French dude.
He's French. He's a billionaire.
But doesn't he like own part of Balenciaga?
Oh, shoot. Maybe.
The bad people?
Maybe.
The pedo clothing line?
But anyways, that's my story for all of y'all. If y'all want something, go make it.
Take it.
Go make it. But don't be putting your legacy in the hands of all these other folk that you're good today and then tomorrow, all of a sudden, you're out and you're good for nothing. Put it in your hand. And if you do get that opportunity, make the most out of it. That's all I got for you. Somebody's dying outside.
Thanks for listening. If you like what you saw, please make sure to subscribe to us on Instagram at MOI Podcast. And please check us out on our YouTube channel by searching Men on the Internet Network.